Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Alexandra Palace here. It's the 2014 World Darts Championship, and we're delighted to say we have got jackpot Mr. Adrian Lewis, fresh from his 3-0 win in the first round. AD, are you happy? Well, you've won, so you've got to be happy. How do you feel it went?
Yeah, I thought it went really well, to be honest. It's always going to be a tough game first round. Doesn't matter who you play, whether it's a qualifier or a season pro. I thought they did a good job tonight. I think you know, Dennis didn't play his best horse. Don't get me wrong, but I hit the right shots at the right time.
Yeah. That's it. I think the average was always around about the high 90s, ended up in sort of mid 90s first round, and you didn't actually. I don't think Dennis actually had one dart at a double. I mean, that's quite brutal, really. To be you know, if he doesn't get a shot, he can't win it, can he? So that's got to be happy with that.
Yeah, like I say, obviously I wasn't intending to have a shot at a double. My aim was go there for doing my job and win. Like I said, I didn't really know he didn't have a shot at a double, to be honest. But yeah, like I say, hit the right shots at the right time, and I'm really happy with my performance in the first round.
Yeah, and over the last 3 years, obviously, 2 times winner, and of course a fantastic. I know you didn't win a game against Michael last year, but what a cracking game that was. So it's got to be your favourite venue, AD. That's a silly question, but obviously winning that, you love being on that big stage.
Yeah, I love the stage, I love the atmosphere, and I love the biggest ones that there is. And if you can't get yourself ready for the World Championships, you might as well pack in.
That's it. And looking back over your year, I mean, I myself watching you, and obviously I've always been a big fan. Realistically now, and I think all the commentators are also saying that this is a different Adrian Lewis. Then I think even when you was world champion, I think you're a step above that player now. You know, when you was world champion, and some of the performances against Michael and against Phil. Do you feel that in yourself that you've come on in the last year?
I just think I've gained a lot of experience over the last 2 or 3 years. Nobody knows what it's like until you actually hit the world champion. Obviously, at a tender age, just turned 25, to be world champion. It's going to take a lot of experience for, It takes you, when you win the world title, you're up there and you think, oh yes, I've done this, done that, and then the expectation's so high. And at that age, you haven't got the experience to deal with it. Don't get me wrong, I defended the world title. I didn't have a great year after I won the first one. Everybody wrote me off, and then I went up there and won it for the second time. And then last year I was unlucky against MVG. I was probably at 80%, and I still had 2 darts to take him out. This year I've seen up there, just thinking, right, I know what I've got to do. Keep your composure, keep your focus, and do your job.
That's it. I think in the World Match Play earlier on in the year, that the game against Michael and then into the final against Phil. I mean, I think and then obviously on to the Grand Slam against Phil. Was that 35 118s and 118s and 26 leg? I mean 25 leg. I mean that's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean that's it got to the stage. I mean you were just laughing. Was it just when you lose a game of darts like that? I know it hurts, but is it a case of well, actually I've just been involved in just something extra special? No,
I thought to myself, I've been taking out big finishes all week. And against Phil, I didn't do that. So I just thought, well, next time. He isn't going to take out the 164s and 167s and so on, all the time. And I thought to myself, it isn't going to happen again. I didn't, like I say, I think my highest finishing that much was around 80 odd. Wasn't the best. But I know I've got another gear on my finishing. I wouldn't say on my scoring, because at the end of the day, if you average 111 and lose, you haven't done much wrong. But yeah, I think I've got a lot more gears on me higher finishes. Yeah.
I think you said that was not the big finishes. I mean, 80s and 81s, but I think after 9 darts, you was generally down to about 81. So you didn't really leave the opportunities, did you? Because you didn't have to.
I missed a 160, and then he took out a 160. I missed, I think, a 140, and he took out a 164. But like I say, it ain't going to happen all the time. It isn't. I don't care who you are. But like I say, he was a better player on the day, and what you got to do there is take it on the chin. And like I say, to me, there everybody goes on about it all the time. But to me, it's a game gone now,
just a game, we move
on. It just doesn't worry me or anything like that. I'll just concentrate on the next game.
And I know that the wonderful performances in the European Championship against Michael, and then in the match play against Michael, and in the game against Phil. When you walk up on a stage, you feel something extra special is going to happen, that you're going to be, or is it just happens like that? Or do you don't feel?
It's strange because obviously whether you play Phil or you play Michael, you're nervous. Don't get me wrong, you're nervous. Everybody's nervous. He's nervous playing me, and vice versa. Yeah. But when you're actually on that stage, it becomes a fight, and then someone takes over. I don't know what it is. So I mean, half the time you don't know what you've done. You come off the stage there, you've won the match, and I probably couldn't tell you what finishes have took out, or or what I've done at the right time, or what.
Do you ever watch the matches back, or just no?
No, I don't. I've never watched myself. No, I don't. Brianson always makes a statement to say, you should watch yourself and see what you've done wrong. But when you're on that stage, you know what you've done wrong. So you don't need watchstar.
No, that's it. And I noticed the other thing is that obviously the style's still the same, but I think maybe they're not wasting darts in the past, but maybe a little bit the last dart. Should we say slinging them? Because I can't. I mean, this is Adrian Lewis. I mean, the most natural chucker of all time. But you seem that last dart is that little bit more methodical. You're making sure of the 180 or the 140, whatever you've hit before.
Yeah, like I say, I think it's just the process of growing up. I think I'm getting more mature now. I'm 28 stone. I meant no,
you're not far beyond me.
Cheers, Alma.
Was it Porky Pig when we've done the exhibitions? Porky Pig, there was it?
Oh dear, sorry. Yeah, I'm 28 now. Like you say, I'm 29 next month. I think it's just a part of growing up. I think I've learned, like I say, I've learned over the last couple of years, and I'm realising now what I've got to do for win things.
Yeah. And obviously the World Championship, big money. Of course, you're defending the £200,000. So the rankings, you could almost be anywhere, couldn't you? After this, so obviously, fingers crossed, you'll make your way to the semi in the final. Because I mean, Adrian Lewis not in the top 4 or 5 players in the world would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? But it is a possibility. Do you find that extra pressure in that, or not really?
I'd say the truth. I know I'm defending 200,000 here, but to be honest, I don't look back. No. I always look what I can gain. Yes, yeah. So I'm thinking, well, I could lose 200,000 off my rankings. Well, not now. It'll be 190. Yeah. But I always look to myself and think, right, I can gain an extra 50. I never look back. I always look forward. Yeah.
That is brilliant. So realistically, you're seeded to play Michael in the semi, Phil in the final, nice and easy. If you if you get that. So, but if you don't mind, last question. Moving on to the second round game, Vincent van der Voort. That's going to be. That's not going to take long, is it? Well,
I did tonight, and I thought it was 18 minutes, was it? Yeah. I mean. That could be 18 minutes and it could be 4-3.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's so quick. With that would be sewn games. So, well, thank you, Adrian. Thank you very much for joining us. And if it's okay, in a moment we'll ask you to sign our wall chart, sign your name through to the next. I thought he'd say that. He's a devil out. Well, thank you very much for joining us. This is Jackpot, Mr. Adrian Lewis. My name is Paul Starr, and that's TungstenTales, keeping you at the sharp end of world darts. Thanks for joining.